Good morning, or afternoon, or evening. I don't know where you're from. Today, we're gonna talk about the new cameras that Sony just announced, the a6100, the a6600, but more importantly, hold on. Where does that leave the a6400? Awkward. Hi, I'm back. So we're just gonna get straight right into it, and I'm gonna talk about 3 reasons why you should get the a6600. 4 reasons why. 5 reasons why. 5.5. Let's go with that. First, let's get into the a6100. Now that is the brand new entry-level Sony E-mount camera, which I think replaces the a6000. And so if you are just starting out with videos and photos and you want to go the Sony route, then definitely check out the a6100. It is priced very similarly to the Canon M6, which does not give you 24 frames a second. Why Canon? But a good entry-level camera if you're just starting out, minus the picture profiles and the IBIS and Z batteries. Still pretty good. Did I bring my donut? I didn't bring a donut. I'll probably get one later. Now, the last I checked, the Sony a6300 is officially discontinued. Now, that was my first Sony camera, and I absolutely loved it. Even though it didn't have IBIS, it was just an amazing 4K camera that also shot at 120 frames a second in HD. The a6400 kinda replaced it, even though it doesn't have IBIS. This is probably gonna go on. Oh, it's like the truck was angry. Which leads us to the a6600, the new flagship APS-C camera for Sony E-mount. Now, by the time you're watching this video, I just pre-ordered the a6600 because I'm really excited about this camera. But does that mean the same thing for you? Here are my reasons why I got the a6600. Reason number 1, IBIS. In-body image stabilization should just be a standard in all cameras, especially because it's 2019. I mean, come on, guys. I still get baffled why the a6400 doesn't have IBIS, but it's because they were saving it for the a6600. And even though I've talked about in the past how IBIS isn't really necessary, it isn't, but definitely a nice feature to have and is very welcome on the a6600. Reason number 2, flippity-uppity screen. Having a flip-out screen has been a game changer for me. I mean, I didn't really care about not having a flip-out screen. Even in my Canon days, I never had a flip-out screen. And so that never really bothered me until I got the a6400, and that changed my life. Well, not significantly, but it made me happy. And because of that flip-up screen, I've been using the a6400 way more than my a7 III when it comes to vlogs. I can see myself, it's just handy. Reason number 3, new picture profiles. Now, since the a7R III, I've been shooting with hybrid log gamma, and I absolutely love it. It's pretty much a mix between S-Log and Cine 4, where the footage has enough dynamic range to do some color correcting and color grading in post, but also looks good straight out of the camera. And since I have the a7 III and a6400, it's been really nice matching the colors from both cameras. That wasn't featured on the a6500 and definitely not featured in the a6100, and so new picture profiles on the a6600, thumbs up. Reason number 4, a headphone jack. The a6500 did not have a headphone jack, and so you just kind of had to look at the audio levels and kind of guess if the audio looked good or not. Definitely a handy feature on the a7R III, the a7 III, the a6400, and now the a6600. And reason number 5, the new Z battery. The old Sony W batteries sucked, like they were terrible. And even though the a6400 had a new processor that kind of improved battery life, it still sucked. But the Sony Z batteries, oh look, a penny. Oh, sun's up. So the fact that the a6600 uses Sony Z batteries, not only will it improve battery life, but I can now share my Z batteries that I use with my Sony a7 III. I don't have to get like 10 Sony W batteries just to make the camera last all day. I can just use 1 or 2 Z batteries and I should be good. It's getting kind of bright. And because the a6600 uses the Z batteries, that makes the grip a little bit bigger, making it easier to hold, which is my half reason to get the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. There you go, 5.5 reasons why. Okay, so now let's address the a6400. Now, if you bought the a6400 this year, you might be a little upset, which is understandable, but not to fret, you don't have to sell your camera if you are happy with it. The a6400 is still an amazing 4K camera that produces beautiful, beautiful footage. Helicopter. May as well pose for a thumbnail. That was fun. Now, when I bought the a6400, I specifically bought it as a studio camera. Yes, I brought it out as a secondary camera to my a7 III, but 90% of the time, it stays in the studio. And I'm going to keep my a6400 as a studio camera. So I don't really need IBIS. I'm not too concerned about the battery life because I plug it in anyway. But the flip-up screen has been really helpful to help me compose my shots if I'm filming myself in the studio. I don't have to attach a monitor or have cables running around. It's a very simple, minimal setup. And so if you plan to use the a6400 for that specific purpose, this and maybe take it out to film some B-roll, take some photos, then by all means, keep your camera. But if IBIS is important to you, if a longer battery life is important to you, if the additional custom buttons are important to you, then maybe you might want to consider getting the a6600 as a complementary camera, or maybe as your new flagship camera. There is definitely not a shortage of camera options out there. It's just a matter of trying to figure out which camera works best for you. Oh, and if you like the music that you're listening to from this video, then that music was from Soundstripe. If you haven't heard of Soundstripe, they are an awesome music licensing platform that has a wide collection of all sorts of music. They make it super easy to browse through their music collection and also make your own playlist if you wanted to save up some music for weddings that you might shoot in the future, or documentaries, or more fun videos like vlogs, or more serious videos. Suffice to say, Soundstripe is a very, very, very easy platform to use. And so if you want to check out Soundstripe for free for 30 days, then definitely check out the link in the description below. All right, guys, well, that pretty much wraps it up. Are you going to pre-order the a6600, the a6100, or are you going to just stick with the camera that you have? Also, where's the a7S III? All right, guys, well, I am out of here. This beautiful morning calls for a beautiful donut, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get one, and I will see you fancy cats in the next video.